What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another MrCentralDriver video where I have the HappyRun G70 Pro. You know what? Hold on. Let me move it over here underneath the light. All right. Hopefully that is better. Now, you can obviously tell this is a night video, so it's going to be all at night. I'm going to make it as short as possible for you. I'm going to kind of talk about the original G70, but I also want to show you guys a daytime running light, which that is the daytime running light. That is not the actual headlight, and it's a ring on the top, a ring on the bottom. So it's really nice to actually use during the day so people can see you. You also have turn signals up front. I don't have any of the lights on, the turn signals, brake light, nothing, but we're going to go over all this stuff in today's video. But for now, I want to see how the headlight performs on this street right here. Obviously, we have some street lights over here, but over here we have absolutely nothing. So I want to show you guys how this bike performs, just in case you guys were going to buy it and safety is your #1 thing because you ride at night. This is the video for you. And I do want to be clear about it. This is really bright, so hopefully it looks pretty good on camera because it is actually one of the nicest displays that you are ever going to have on a bike at night. And this is not aftermarket. This is what the bike comes with. However, it isn't very good in the sunlight, so that's why they put this little cover on. But however, it doesn't cover a whole lot because if the sun is behind you over here, it's going to come this way and you cannot see those numbers. So that's why I had my phone up on my review video. Anyways, long story short, what you can do is get some window tint, and you can actually put window car tint on here. I don't know what people are doing. I don't know the percentages. I don't know if it's 50%, 70%, but it will definitely help. It will make it dimmer though at nighttime, just keep in mind, but it is bright already. I mean, this is really a bright display. All right, so let's get on our way really quick. Also, I haven't charged this bike. You can see we just went down a bunch of battery bars. Holy crap, hold on. I haven't turned the light on, hold on. There's a dedicated button, all right. Trying to remember where that button was at. It's been actually a while since I did the video review because I've been sick, guys. Like, I have been sick for the past week and a half, so I actually had to space my videos out just because I was dying, man. So I'm out here. It's super cold. It's 1 o'clock in the morning almost, and I'm doing this for you guys. So obviously you can see the headlight looks really good. It actually looks like there's a high beam on or something. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can see the trees way up there. Is there just one mode for this headlight? Dang, that is bright because you see when I turn it off, there you can't see anything over here. Anyways, I don't want to sit here too long because I hear a lot of stuff going on over here. I don't know. I don't want anyone to run up on me or someone in a car to not see me because my lights aren't on. So we'll check out the brake light and the turn signals in a bit. I guess I can hit the turn signal for you guys right now. The turn signals are going to be great. And they're sequential. They're really nice and slow. I love that. I mean, it looks good. You actually pay more money for that on like cars just to have a sequential turn signal. So I like it. They're super cheap. Don't get me wrong. They ain't worth anything really, but I mean, they look nice on a bike at least. You know, it's a bike at the end of the day. And what's cool about these turn signals, and I don't want to leave them on too long because someone is going to pop up behind me and not know what the hell I'm doing. But look, it has the indicator right here to let you know that the left one is on. And what's also cool is you can turn the right one on at the exact same time and you can have hazards. And it's cool because they sync up to each other. So it doesn't matter when you push them, they will literally sync up to each other. That is super cool. That is actually one of my favorite things about this bike because if you are riding during the day and you really can't see your turn signals exactly, this will let you know that they are on. Now before I pull over and show you guys the brake light and all that kind of fun stuff, I do want to let you guys know that when I was talking to my buddy, because he has the G70, I actually sold it to him. He's one of my coworkers. He rides it all the time. He loves it. And I told him I got the G70 Pro and that he needs to try it out. It has another motor, has more power. Then I went back on the videos and we started talking in the break room for a while, and he was telling me, he's like, the bike goes about 33 miles an hour, sometimes 34 briefly. This one only does 35 max and sometimes it will hit 36. And right now we're obviously not even hitting 30 because the battery is down. But I was just like, it has me kind of thinking because no, this bike isn't that much more. I think it's like an extra $200 over the original one, and you get an extra motor, which is fantastic for hills. You know, you need that extra torque, getting up to speed, especially if you bring someone with you because you have an extra seat on this bike. So that's really going to help. So it's not really about the top speed necessarily. It's about the torque you're getting out of the front motor. And I like that. And I like the price difference. It's only 200 bucks. However, what I don't like, let me use my turn signal really quick. I love how on all these videos, we take the exact same route for the most part at these night videos. Oh, and another thing too, is because I did slow down because I have a full face helmet on, it actually makes an audible beep. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I don't know, I try to up the audio so you guys can hear that, but it actually makes a beep. So if you didn't have a full face helmet on and maybe had a half helmet, you might be able to hear that. But anyways, back to what I don't like, and that is the fact that the battery size aren't the same. And that was something my coworker instantly was like, Well, that sucks. I'd rather keep mine because range is a huge thing to me. He goes everywhere. He goes all over Fresno, all over Clovis. He comes to my house sometimes riding his bike, so he goes a lot of places. And the fact that now you have 2 motors on this thing, it is going to drain your battery more so. So the G70 original is actually, and this is gonna be my personal opinion too, and his, but we think it's a better bike. This one is only a better bike if you have to go up big hills and you need that extra torque because you're gonna be hauling people more so with like 2 people or whatnot, you know? Or if you're a heavier person is really going to like the benefits of this one, the Pro model, over the original one. But if you just ride on flat road like I do 99% of the time, I think the more range option is better. I don't think anyone should be out here. Let's park in between this lamp over here, and we have another lamp back there. Actually, it went a little too far. But anyways, you guys will get an idea of how these lights look. I just didn't want to be around anyone. It is late at night. I don't want no one running up on me, all right? And I'm pretty sick right now, so I can't really defend myself. I just feel weak, but I'm doing this for you guys, so hopefully you appreciate it. All right, so I'm probably about 10 feet behind the bike. You can see the brake light. I gotta say, it isn't a very bright brake light with the brake levers not pushed. So I wish it was slightly brighter. It's in a very good place though. It's at the very end of the bike. However, it could be brighter. But let's see how it looks when I do push the brake levers, because they do work with the brake levers. Oh, let me go to the other side. I tightened this brake lever as much as possible because that rotor was making a lot of noise, so now it's actually touching, but now the brake sensor is not working until I loosen it up. So we're gonna have to use this one. So there we go. You can see that there's a bottom bar right here that lights up, and that is the only light that lights up. So this all stays the same. So that's kind of unfortunate. So the brake light to me isn't the best. I gotta say, I love the headlight. You guys saw the headlight. I don't think I really talked about it too much, but I think the headlight is fantastic. It lightens up everything. I mean, seriously, it looks like there's a high beam and a low beam. And I don't think there's a way to change that. There's just one button right here that turns it on and off, and that's it. It also makes an audible beep too. And you do have a headlight indicator right here just to let you know that your headlight is on. That is awesome. Next thing I want to do, since we're out here, let's do these turn signals and get the bars straight so I can show you the front in a second. But let's check out the back. They're pretty much going to look the same. I'm about 10 feet away from the bike. And let's go another 10 feet away. That's how they look about 20 feet away. They are very bright. Even from the side, these things are absolutely noticeable. They look great. This is how they look getting down low. And from this location, I can actually hear that audible beep right now, and that's letting me know the turn signals are on. So that is cool. I can really hear it from over here when there's no noise around me. Now let's check out the front, because we do have that headlight on there, so it's obviously gonna be a little tiny bit harder to see, but no, not actually. It's really good on the turn signals. I like it. The fact that this bike comes with so many accessories, I'll put a picture on the screen right now. There are so many things to assemble this bike. This is actually a very easy bike to put together. However, it is a very long bike to put together. You gotta put the front brake rotor on, you gotta put the front fender on, you gotta put the headlight on, the front turn signals, you gotta put the rear turn signals on, you gotta put this on if you want, or you can put the rear rack. You gotta tighten the seat down because the seat is not tightened. The battery was outside in another box, so you had to put one of the batteries on. You have to get the keys as well. You have to put the display on the handlebars. You also have to put this cover on the handlebars. Everything also on the handlebars, the hydraulic brake lines and everything, they were all loose. The throttle's loose, everything. I had to tighten everything. So there was a ton of work to get this thing ready for the road. So for whatever reason, if you guys are mechanically inclined, or you just don't like working on stuff, or you mess some stuff up here and there, this is probably going to cost you a lot of money to have a professional put it together, because it is not a very quick bike to assemble. But anyways, let's go and show you guys this headlight real quick. Obviously it's pretty bright over here, but if I turn the headlight off, you can see how it looks just cruising around, and this is with the headlight on. Very nice. It's probably way too high for what it needs to be, but the cool thing is you can actually move this down if you need be. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there is a grill protecting your headlight. So just in case you do take a spill, you might actually get lucky and not break the headlight. I don't know exactly how expensive the headlight is, but there's a little bit of extra protection on that headlight. And if you guys, for whatever reason, didn't watch my video review, something that I want to point out is that when you are going very slow on this bike, there is a little bit of delay, so you can hit the motor. The rear one comes on pretty quick. The front one takes a little bit. So the front one on that point took probably one more second after the rear one turned on. So the front one does not turn on at the same time as the rear. However, the faster you go, like right now, that's about a second, maybe a second and a half. But when I'm going about 25 and I do the exact same thing, the front motor has more of a delay. So here we go, 1, 2, 3. Rear one's on, front one's on. That was about a 2, maybe 2.5 second delay if you guys time that. And it actually gets worse as you go faster. So that's just something I want to note. The front motor, I don't know if it's maybe a safety thing to make sure you don't burn out that front motor, or maybe you don't pill it out, or, you know, because a lot of people, if you're going around a corner and you hit the throttle and that front motor comes on, it will actually slide. So maybe it's a safety thing. Maybe they did that for that reason, but don't expect that front motor to work right away. Only if you're at a 0 standpoint, that's when it kicks on the fastest. And it's been a while since I apologized on a video, but I do want to apologize and say this now, is the original video I did, because it was so long ago when I filmed it, even though you guys probably just saw it the other day, I don't remember the miles that we did. So right now I have 3.5 miles and we're sitting at 3 battery bars. Sometimes I saw it dipping down into 2. I like to do a range test on the second video, but I don't know where we were at. I don't know if we did 10 miles. I have no idea. So I don't want to give you guys some random numbers, go off a range test or whatnot. All I gotta say is, if you know the range on the G70, it's a lot more better than this. And these batteries that are on this thing are 18 amp hours on, they say the top, but it's actually on the bottom. The 18 amp hour is on the bottom. And then the top one is smaller and it's 15 amp hours, which means we're getting a decent amount of battery on this thing, 33 amp hours, which is no joke. I mean, most bikes nowadays come with 20 and you have to upgrade if you want any more than that. Some bigger bikes have been coming out with like 30 amp hour batteries, sometimes 25, but you do kind of pay a little bit more for those sometimes. It really just depends on the bike in general. If it's a moped style bike, you normally only see about 20, maybe 25. If it is a higher voltage battery, sometimes you just see 20. Unless it's a very high-end bike with a lot of power, then you might see 30 or 35. Like one of the new bikes I have in my garage that we're gonna be reviewing next is a 35 amp hour, 72 volt battery, which is massive. However, that thing is like almost 200 pounds. This thing is only 3 more pounds lighter than the original G70. So the reason why they save so much weight is because they reduced the battery. So getting rid of a lot of the battery size and adding that front motor basically just replaced it. So 3 more pounds is not that bad. This thing's sitting at about 101 pounds in total. And I believe the original one was about 98 pounds. Now, because I told you I'm not gonna bore you too much on this video, and I wanna make it short because we all got work at the end of the day, and I want you guys to enjoy these videos without how they sitting there all bored and this guy's just rambling and rambling, which I normally do because I just try to have some fun on these and I just go explore and do random stuff. I would say if you guys are looking to buy one of these HappyRun G70 bikes, I would go with the original one. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. I don't think it's a bad bike. However, again, if you're a bigger person, you haul 2 people most of the time, or you got a lot of hills in your area, this is the bike to go with. You can always swap out these batteries with 20 amp hour batteries that you can find. There are a bunch of room on the top right here. I don't understand why they didn't fit like a 25 amp hour battery on the top. You have a lot of room to fit a big battery on the top, but I don't know, to each their own. The bike isn't that expensive. I believe it's around the $1,500 range. I'll have links and discount codes down below. I think my discount code takes $100 off, so you have to go plug it in on their website and test it out. I don't think it's bad for the price. And here's the biggest thing I gotta say about any of the G70 bikes, the Pro or the non-Pro. They are comfortable as shit, trust me. They are a very plush seat. They are kind of wide though, I will say that. So pedaling for a long period of time might rub up on your legs. I don't know, it just depends on how you're built. But I think this is a comfortable bike that I could just ride for miles and never complain about comfortability. Like, it is fantastic, comfortable. I don't know how they're doing it because the bike's not expensive. The suspension is not expensive, but it works for me. I'm 163 pounds, I'm 5'9", I have no issue sitting on this bike. My other buddy, he is about 5'4", if I'm not mistaken, and he rides the G70. Now, he's a little short for it. However, what I noticed is that this one is slightly taller, the Pro model anyway, over the original G70. So if you're a shorter person, go with the original one. If you're a taller person, you're gonna like this one more. I just noticed that my legs aren't as bent compared to the other one. But anyways, guys, I'll let you guys go. You guys decide if you guys wanna buy it. Let me know if you guys do too, because I really appreciate when people let me know if they use my discount code and my video helped them. All right, I got cut off, guys. I guess my SD card is going out, so I'm gonna have to order a new one. But anyways, I was saying I really do appreciate you guys if you drop some feedback and let me know these videos are helping you. That's all. That's all I ask for, man. And if you guys can like the video, there's also a hype button too. If you guys can hype up this video, I appreciate it, man. I know it's nothing special, but I just hope it helped at least some people out there looking at this bike. So that's all I'm out to do, so appreciate it. See you guys.